At one time, I was posting videos of UPS, FedEx, and USPS deliveries to determine how many delivery drivers actually would do the final step and ring your doorbell. Any delivery driver that doesn't take the final step, as far as I'm concerned, is not doing the complete job. At one time, I had 14 various videos. The only one that really rang the doorbell on a regular basis was this cute little blonde from FedEx. USPS is absolutely useless except for a couple of holiday drivers that they had working last Christmas. I'm not into this Wi-Fi, and I don't like paying monthly fees for a Ring Doorbell camera. Now, if you look at these driveway motion sensors that Amazon has, right now they're like $9.20 off, they're 2 for $25.49. The receiver actually plugs into an outlet in the house, so it is not battery. The only thing that's battery is the two sensors. Well, I installed 2 of these 2 years ago by my front door to alert me as soon as somebody steps into the little alcove by my doorway. The receiver is almost 40 feet away back in the master bedroom. I've had no problems with it. I actually get alerted that somebody's going to ring my doorbell if they're going to. But one UPS driver early in the videos told me in the comment section that we are not required to ring the doorbell. I alerted management at UPS, FedEx, and the USPS and said, hey, this is nonsense. We're waiting home and your drivers are dropping the package without doing the final step, ringing the doorbell. They take off and the porch pirates have a field day. What's wrong with hitting the doorbell? Well, the three parcel companies would not require their drivers to ring the doorbell as the final step in a proper delivery. I approached elected officials, the media, and the sellers. I asked eBay, Amazon, Mattel, Lorex. I said, don't accept this. Require the driver to ring the bell. Nope. Nobody would take any action whatsoever. So if you're like me and you don't have money to flush down a toilet with monthly charges for that expensive Ring doorbell camera, this is your solution to the problem. They are not waterproof. They say that they are weatherproof, but you don't want to expose them to long-term sunlight or rain. Some people complain that they've installed them and the sprinklers got them wet and shorted them out. I will show you how to mount these 2 devices where they are out of the sunlight, out of the moisture, and they do a fantastic job. Like I said, mine have been in operation now for 2 years. If you look carefully, you'll see one of the motion sensors is right there, mounted in the eave. The other one is mounted right here in the eave. That's the sound they make when they detect motion. This is the sensor, receiving sensor, in the master bedroom. I'm going to run to the front door and trip the 2 sensors. You will see how loud it is. That is loud enough to wake any sound sleeper. The sensors are sensitive enough to pick up a cat,
I have numerous cats walking through here, especially at night, and during the day you'll get bird walking in that little alcove area. Now, in a time of high winds, we have trade winds here, and I call them devil winds, but I actually had to put a block of wood behind one of the sensors to try to reduce the false alarms from the wind. And I also put bird spikes on top of them to keep the birds from trying to land on top of them. Now, you're going to have to attach the sensors, the outside sensors, to a metal bar and bend the bar. You will mount the bar to the inside of the fascia board. Do not screw it upwards into the roof or you'll create a roof leak. But once you get it mounted where you need it, you can put a block of styrofoam behind the one near the rafters to steady it so the wind won't shake it. And I find it an outrageous product. Very cheap to operate, and like I said, I've had them up for 2 years with no complaints whatsoever. It's a lot cheaper than a Ring Doorbell cam or any of this sophisticated stuff that they have on the market. This cheap metal bar can be found at Home Depot for a couple of bucks. Cut it with a hacksaw to the size you need and drill holes in it that will allow it to be attached to the back of the sensor. Now, line the bracket up. Once you get the bracket made, line it up on the inside of the fascia board and drill the holes into the fascia board, being careful not to go all the way through to the other side. Now you're going to have to need little bolts to attach this, but you have to put the batteries in first. So put the batteries in, put a piece of tape across the sensor in the front so it won't be ring-a-dinging all the time you're doing the installation. That's also true about when you change the batteries. When you change the batteries, you have to take the bracket down, unscrew the sensor from the bracket, change the batteries, cover the front so it won't start ringing right away while you reattach the bar, put the bar back up in the eaves, and you're back in business. Like I said, my batteries have been in for 2 years, no problem. I highly recommend this. It's the cheapest way to go to have an automatic doorbell, and it's also a night watchman when you're sleeping. All right, thank you.